I have yet to meet someone who isn't interested in visiting Japan, but it amazes me how many travelers tend to breeze past Osaka altogether, or only spend a brief stint here. Today, I'm excited to share my personal guide to the city, showcasing all the amazing places to visit, and a few local tips and tricks. Hopefully, you will be inspired to book a ticket to Osaka to experience this incredible city for yourself. Let's dive into the ultimate Osaka travel guide. Bayside City, Osaka is the third largest city in Japan, and an important cultural, historical, and economic hub. Being known as the City of Merchants and Japan's Kitchen, Osaka boasts a proud and rich history. This city has been a cornerstone of Japanese civilization, with its central location serving as the beating heart of early cultural exchange and commerce. While Tokyo was still finding its footing as Edo, Osaka was already a thriving cultural epicenter. Unfortunately, during World War II, Osaka really suffered and was heavily marked by bombings that almost completely destroyed the city. Despite these tragic events, she rose from the ashes and was rapidly rebuilt. It is for this reason that, I'll be honest, Osaka is not the most beautiful city at first glance. It is a concrete jungle that lacks picturesque architecture or Zen gardens, but there are many fantastic things to do in Osaka, Japan. You just need to give it a chance. My favorite seasons in Osaka are spring and autumn. However, you will also experience a higher volume of tourists during this time. The cherry blossom season in Osaka starts at the end of March, with the flowers being in full bloom the first week of April. Autumn here starts later than the rest of the world, and if you want to see really beautiful autumn foliage, plan your trip at the end of November or the beginning of December. I personally like September and May, with pleasantly warm temperatures and low rainfall. June and July are the wettest months, and August is the hottest and the most humid. Honestly, I would try to avoid coming in July and August. Winters attract the least tourists, so it is a season to consider if you want to skip the crowds and cut costs. January and February are the coldest months, yet the temperature doesn't go below 0 degrees Celsius, 32 degrees Fahrenheit. The public transport system in Osaka can be overwhelming at first, but if you follow the signs at the stations, you'll get the hang of it pretty quickly. The most convenient and affordable way to get around the city is by train or metro. By the way, I left links to all my recommendations in the description below. Check them out after. 7 different train lines operate around Osaka and nearby cities, plus 8 metro lines. The most useful train for visitors is the JR Osaka Loop Line, which, as you can guess, goes around Osaka and also takes you to the Kansai airport. Osaka's metro lines are color-coded and offer English commentary, ensuring you never miss your stop. Taxis in Osaka are quite expensive, and a ride from the airport to the city can come to a couple of $100 US. If you are traveling on a budget, I would try to avoid them. Unfortunately, Uber nor Lyft operates in Japan. Getting around on bikes is very popular in Osaka. If you want to explore the city like a local, I would really recommend hiring one for a day or joining a cycling tour. There are several bike hire companies where you can rent your ride, but usually you have to book in advance. If you are feeling spontaneous, try Umeda, an Osakan take on the city bike. Their main station is located between Osaka Station and Grand Front Osaka. All instructions are in English, and 1 hour for an electric bike costs around 200 yen, about $2 US. When visiting Osaka, you will find all sorts of accommodations for every budget. From capsule hotels and stylish hostels to traditional Japanese inns or luxury stays, this city has it all. The most convenient areas are around the main stations. Namba and Osaka Umeda, so you can easily reach attractions. My recommended stays: for budget accommodation, try the Hotel the Flag Shinsaibashi, or FP Hotels. Again, if you don't catch the names of all these, I left a link in the description for you. For mid-range, try the Fairfield by Marriott Osaka Namba, Hotel Royal Classic Osaka, or Cross Hotel Osaka. If you would like to splurge, then try the Swissotel Nankai Osaka, Hotel Grand Via Osaka, or Intercontinental Hotel Osaka. Wondering what to do in Osaka? Dive into these top activities and experiences for the ultimate adventure. Osaka Castle is one of the most iconic landmarks in Japan. It is towering proudly in the middle of Osaka, giving you great views over the city skyline. At the beginning of April, Osaka Castle Park is that much more beautiful as there are over 5,000 cherry blossom trees. It is truly spectacular. Dotombori is the liveliest and the most colorful neighborhood of Osaka. As soon as you set foot on this busy street that lines the Dotombori Canal, you will be stimulated by hundreds of neon lights, giant moving mascots on buildings, and delicious smells from all the street food stalls. If there is only one place you have time to visit in Osaka, it should be Dotombori. At 300 meters tall, Abeno Harukas is the second highest building in Japan, only recently beaten by Azabudai Hill's Mori JP Tower. The entrance fee is 1,500 yen, which is about $10, and the price is more than worth it for the views. Come here for the sunset and enjoy a glass of cold Japanese beer from its terrace bar on the 60th floor. Shiten-Noji Temple is the oldest, officially administrated Buddhist temple in Japan. Due to natural disasters and bombings during World War II, the original structure was destroyed and had to be completely rebuilt. However, you can still feel the mysterious calm atmosphere of this place. Within its large grounds, you will find a couple of koi ponds with turtles, a zen garden, and occasional weekend markets. Universal Studios in Osaka is the first Universal Studios that was built outside of the United States. It is quite massive, so you will really need a full day to see and experience it all. The most popular attractions include the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Jurassic Park rides, live shows, and parades, Despicable Me, Minion Park for kids, Waterworld, and many more. Umeda Sky Building is an architectural gem that will impress anyone with an eye for design. This unique skyscraper features an outdoor observation deck that is hanging in the middle of two separate buildings. Once you've soaked in the sights from the observation deck, head downstairs to discover the hidden gem of Takimi Koji Gourmet Street. This indoor alley resembles the charming streets of the Showa period and is full of gourmet restaurants. Kaiyukan Aquarium is one of the biggest and most impressive aquariums, not only in Asia, but in the world. It is located in Osaka Bay, and it hosts 17 interactive exhibits, which will take you on an educational journey from the Arctic through the Pacific Rim to the Ecuadorian jungle. Osaka is all about delicious food. The culture of this city is built around its cuisine, and there's no wonder that it got the nickname Tenka no Daikoro, or the nation's kitchen. From one-of-a-kind street food stalls to top-notch fine restaurants, quirky izakayas, and eclectic bars, Osaka has it all. No matter what and where you eat, Osaka will always feed you well. With aromas wafting through the streets, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the endless dining options. That's why I always recommend joining a food tour. Not only do you get to dive deeper into the local cuisine, but you'll also sample a variety of dishes from across the Kansai region and uncover secret spots the locals love. Osaka is a destination for foodies, and its true spirit lies in its food culture, which is represented by the famous saying, "Kuidare," or "eat until you drop." Here are a few dishes that have originated in Osaka, or have close ties to Osaka in the Kansai area that you shouldn't miss out on. Takoyaki is a famous street food that originated in Osaka, but soon spread all around Japan. Takoyaki are gooey octopus balls covered in delicious takoyaki sauce and sprinkled with nori seaweed or green onions. Locals and tourists love them so much that you can find various souvenirs of them. In Osaka, it is not difficult to find a takoyaki stall. They are literally on every corner, and some of them offer different variations of takoyaki, for example, with cheese, squid ink, or edamame beans. My favorite takoyaki stall is a Kaioni in Dotombori, which is also listed in the Michelin Guide as one of the best takoyaki in the city. Okonomiyaki is my personal favorite Japanese dish. It is a thick, savory pancake that is crunchy on the outside and creamy on the inside. It is very popular all over the country, and it is considered one of the soul foods of Japan. Everyone loves okonomiyaki. There are two types of this dish, a Hiroshima style with noodles, which is really very thick and heavy, and an Osaka style filled with cabbage. I prefer Osaka style, but I suggest you try both on your trip around Japan. Taiyaki is made of pancake batter that is poured into fish molds and filled with sweet red azuki beans, and it is sold in the street food stalls. Azuki beans are the original filling, but today you can find many other variations, such as matcha, vanilla custard, chocolate, etc. This dessert may seem simple, but it actually has a long history. It was created over 100 years ago, and its creation remained relatively unchanged ever since. The name taiyaki comes from the word tai, which means sea bream in Japanese, but it's also similar to the word medetai, which translates as happy or prosperous, so this dish is often eaten for good luck. Batera sushi, also called oshizushi or pressed sushi, is a type of sushi that originated in Osaka. It is made by stacking slices of mackerel, salmon, or shrimp that are cured in vinegar, together with kombu seaweed and sushi rice, and pressing them into rectangular shapes. The fish slices are so thin, they are almost see-through. While melon pan doesn't have its origins in Osaka or the Kansai area, it is one of my favorite treats, so here it is. Melon pan is a sweet bun covered in a layer of sweet cookie dough that gives it a bit of a crunch. It is called melon pan because its shape and pattern resembles a melon, but it doesn't have a melon flavor. I love the basic melon pan, but you can try many variations. For example, with chocolate chips, filled with whipped cream, or strawberry flavor. If you see a stall that sells these goodies freshly baked, treat yourself to one. Otherwise, those from 7-Eleven are also pretty good. Another Osakan favorite is kushi katsu, a dish of meat or vegetables, cut into mouthful pieces, stuck on a skewer, battered, and deep fried to a crispy golden finish. Kushi refers to the bamboo skewers, and katsu means meat cutlet. The very first kushikatsu was prepared in 1920 in Daruma restaurant that served this rather simple dish to the groups of labor workers who were coming home after a long day. Today, kushikatsu is enjoyed by everyone, and it is well paired with a beer or sake. Dishes with udon noodles are popular all over Japan, but the standard kitsune udon from the Kansai region is characterized by its light broth and a piece of deep-fried tofu, which is simmered in a sweet sauce. It is said that this dish was first created in Osaka, and it represents the true soul food of the city. Where to eat and drink in Osaka. Now that we've covered Osaka's must-try dishes, it's time to explore the city's top spots for dining. For breakfast, the 33 Tea Bar and Terrace. Besides delicious food and coffee, this place offers you epic views from the 33rd floor. Cafe Street near Namba Station is full of cute cafes. My favorite is Cafe Mog Namba, which makes the fluffiest pancakes. For lunch, picnic in Tennoji Park. Tennoji Park spreads right under Abeno Harukas skyscraper. It is lined with a variety of cafes and restaurants, serving Japanese and international dishes. Some of the cafes will even pack you a picnic hamper with food, drinks, and a blanket, so you can eat your lunch outside on the lawn while enjoying a relaxed afternoon. Izakaya Toyo. For dinner, Izakaya Toyo. If you watch the Netflix documentary Street Food, you must remember Toyo's positive attitude and touching story. His izakaya is located near Kyobashi Station, and I highly recommend visiting this place. However, it is not open daily, so check out the opening times beforehand. For drinks, Misono Building. The second floor of this unusual building in Namba is full of quirky bars with different themes. You can find a maid cafe, a vintage Nintendo bar, a room full of Pikachu toys, a pub where they give you a haircut, and a shisha bar. Deepening submarine bar Shinka. In this bar, you will feel like you're inside a submarine. Kingu, another themed bar, but this time you will find yourself in a Victorian horror room. If you love fancy cocktails, don't miss out on Bar Augusta or Bar Nayuta. For international cuisine, if you are traveling around Japan for a while and you are craving something different than Japanese food, Osaka has some amazing international cuisine restaurants. The best day trips from Osaka. Osaka is the perfect base to explore the Kansai region, as it is located right in its center. Here are a few of my favorite weekend escapes. Himeji. Himeji is a small town in Hyogo Prefecture, about an hour's train ride from Osaka Station. It is famous for its magnificent white castle that towers above the city center, and is one of the 12 remaining original castles of Japan. Most castles were destroyed by natural disasters, or during WWII bombings. Himeji Castle is not the only great place to visit here. In the surrounding mountains, a beautiful wooden temple is hiding. Shoshizan Enyoji Temple was founded in 966, and it has the same spiritual importance as Koyasan, but today it is more known as the filming location of The Last Samurai. Kyoto. Kyoto is also within 1 hour by train from Osaka, but I would strongly recommend you stay there for more than one day. For inspiration on what to do in Kyoto, check out this 3-day Kyoto itinerary. Kobe, Port City. Kobe is about a 30-minute train ride from Osaka Station, and it's well known for the famous Kobe beef. However, the city itself has much more to offer. Stroll around the port, visit a gallery, take a cable car up to Mount Rocco, or hike up to the Nunabiki waterfalls. Nara. I bet many of you heard of Nara and would like to visit this charming little town, which is located less than an hour's train ride from Osaka Station. Nara is famous for its large park with over 1,000 free-roaming deer that like to just hang around and be fed by visitors. Besides the deer, Nara has many amazing temples, breathtaking gardens, and a unique food scene, so it is definitely a day trip to consider. Katsuoji Temple. Katsuoji is a mysterious Buddhist temple set in the mountainside in the north of Osaka. It is beautiful all year round, but particularly in autumn as it is surrounded by countless maple trees. You can get to Katsuoji by the red Midosuji metro line, which leaves from both Umeda and Namba stations, and then take a bus that will take you right to the temple. The temple grounds feature Zen gardens, a koi pond, several halls, a souvenir shop, and a restaurant. It is a nice half-day trip from Osaka. Minnow Falls. Another great autumn destination is Minnow Falls in the north of Osaka. It is actually possible to hike there from Katsuoji Temple, but heavy rains often make the path inaccessible, so check in advance if there was any damage prior to your hike. Minnow Falls is an easy hike from Minnow Station through a magical forest with the most beautiful colors in autumn. In Minnow, they have a specialty treat that you simply can't leave without trying. I'm talking about deep-fried maple leaves that are hand-picked and cooked by locals. It is strange, but surprisingly delicious and crunchy treat. Mount Koya, or Koyasan in Japanese, is one of the most unique and beautiful places you can visit in Japan. This UNESCO heritage site is located in Wakayama Prefecture, south of Osaka, and the journey there might be a little longer, around 2 hours, including a cable car that will take you to the mountaintop, but it is surely worth your time. Koyasan is the center of Shingon Buddhism, and it is an important pilgrimage place. The whole area is simply breathtaking. You can even spend a night here in one of the older temples that were turned into lodgings for pilgrims. Hoshi no Barranco. If you're craving a day in nature, Hoshida Park will welcome you with open arms. Located in the Akoma Mountains that stretch on the borders of Osaka and Nara prefectures, this forest park is one of Osaka's best secret spots to see autumn foliage. Hoshi no Barranco is one of Japan's largest wooden floor suspension bridges, and its name poetically translates into English as the Star Swing. Besides the bridge, there are other attractions in Hoshida Park, like a climbing wall. Whether you visit in autumn or any other season, the hike is enjoyable year-round. Helpful. Osaka tips and fun facts. To finish off this local's guide to Osaka, I thought I'd share some of my top tips that will make your trip a breeze. No tipping. Tipping in restaurants is not a common custom in Japan, and some waiters and business owners may be even offended if you try to leave them a tip. They try to always deliver impeccable service, and they don't feel they need to be rewarded for it. However, if you are joining a tour, it is always nice to leave a tip for your tour guide. Convenience stores plus vending machines. In Japan, convenience stores and vending machines are on every corner. If you decide to purchase something, don't consume it while walking. Otherwise, you can experience some looks of disapproval. In Japan, everyone appreciates their clean streets, so they simply stop to enjoy their drink or snack and then move along to avoid making a mess. Maybe you heard that there is a lack of rubbish bins in Japan, and that is true. You can usually find them near vending machines and convenience stores, so if you eat and drink there, you have a place to throw your garbage away. Be quiet on the train. Trains are a quiet place in Japan, and the same stands in Osaka. Listening to loud music, talking on your phone, or speaking loudly is considered very rude. Try to always have cash on you. Japan is a country where people still use cash, rather than credit or debit cards. Even though they are becoming more and more common, not all places accept cards, especially not international ones. ATMs in Japan can be quite old school, and not all of them accept cards from different banks. Your best shot is to withdraw cash at 7-Eleven stores. You can find a 7-Eleven on almost every street, and they also have personalized ATMs in some train stations. Stick to the right side of the sidewalk. If you travel across Japan and visit Osaka, you will notice that people here walk on the sidewalk and stand on escalators on a different side than the rest of the country. Osakans walk and stand on the right side, while in other cities in Japan, it is on the left. And why is that, you may ask? The explanation lies in the past when Tokyo was the city of samurais and Osaka the city of merchants. Samurais preferred to be approached from the left so they could draw their swords more easily, while merchants usually held their money in their right hand to be able to protect themselves better from strangers. I hope you enjoyed my Osaka guide. If you're headed on an Osaka trip and have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask us in the comments. Have you ever been to Osaka? What are your impressions of this city? Remember to subscribe. Here are some other videos YouTube recommends you watch next.